I think the pragmatic teacher is likely to draw on a whole range of different approaches when it comes to teaching the computing curriculum. They're going to vary depending on the age of the children that you're working with, their previous experience, and indeed the subject matter that you're teaching. With young children, or with new technology, new software, new hardware, try and provide plenty of opportunity for children just to explore that for themselves, to experiment, to tinker with it, to try and find out how it works and what it can do through just exploration, through play, if you will. Much of the time in computing, though, it seems that the most effective learning happens when children are engaged in practical, creative projects, when they're making something with others or to show to others. The things that they make will vary depending on where you are in the curriculum. That can be lines of computer code, that can be programs, games in Scratch or Kodu or whatever, as well as PowerPoint presentations or digital video or a whole range of other media in which the child can be working. But that activity of making something, particularly with an audience in mind, can provide many opportunities for building up that knowledge, the skills and the understanding of computing. Look also, though, to provide opportunities for children to discuss with one another what they've done, to have time in group work, in practical tasks, for them to share ideas and insights with one another, to draw that together in plenaries at the end of the lesson so that they can share their insights with the class as a whole and so that you can address any misconceptions which might have arisen. Those discussions, though, needn't be limited just to your classroom. There are plenty of opportunities now via the internet for children to collaborate, to discuss with other children or others across a global community. You see this with things like the Scratch and Kodu community sites of children sharing their work online, of sharing how they've solved problems with a global audience, and indeed asking and answering questions within the sort of discussion forums that build up around that. Of course, there are e-safety issues there, but let's not let those stand in the way of the opportunities to learn as part of a really vibrant online learning community. In computing, there are occasions when actual traditional direct instruction is both the most effective and the most efficient way of teaching something. These might be the threshold concepts, those ideas which, once they're explained, really transform the way a child thinks about programming tasks or other aspects of computing. We might think of the variable in programming as one of those ideas that a child might not discover for themselves through play or through creative projects, that it is really worth explaining the idea there. Or in computational thinking, the approach of abstraction is one which I think relatively few learners at primary school will pick up for themselves. Also provide plenty of opportunities for children to practice their skills and practice applying their knowledge and understanding. Some of these ideas are really quite subtle, complex ones, and whilst a child might grasp it just about the first time round, providing plenty of opportunity to reinforce that understanding so that they can apply it and that becomes a much deeper understanding of that particular idea. It's a really important pedagogic strategy.